Freya. I'm a material scientist. I'm doing my Eng theme. We're here at the Big Bang.
I'm Phillip, I'm from ZooLabs, so I'm an educational presenter using animals to teach kids about all sorts of things. I've got one of my colleagues with me. This is Echo the gecko, a lovely little lizard. And what we're talking about here at the Big Bang Fair is actually biomimicry, and where it is that we can learn from and be inspired by animals to help ourselves and build new materials, new ways of doing things. And one of the things we can take a look at with the geckos is we've been studying their feet. They have incredibly special feet that allow them to climb on almost everything. Smooth surfaces like glass, ceilings, walls, no problem at all. And we've studied this, and actually Freya here has some of the gecko tape that we've created from this.
Sticks. It's such a cool material. Literally, it works in the same way with our gecko tape. We've got loads and loads and loads of tiny microscopic points which work with like Van der Waals forces, these sticky forces that allow this tape without any like residual glue or like any adhesive to be able to stick to the walls and be used again and again and again. So we've like come over to the Zoo Lab from Discover Materials to have a little like collaboration and have a little look at the gecko and how that's worked.
Yeah, exactly, and yeah. Well, I should admit, my gecko here actually doesn't have those very special feet. It's a desert species, so it's got claws instead. So this one, I can't show you it climb on a wall, unfortunately, but he's got nails instead. But loads of those geckos are able to climb on almost anything.
It's really cool because I guess with the little claws and things, it's able to hook onto things. So like we've used that at like a microscopic level where we've looked at like burdock and that being able to seeds hooking on, being transferred, and it's all those tiny little hooks. And then we've applied that in terms of materials to Velcro to be able to stick again. So I'm assuming like lots of your other animals have these little claws being able to hook on and be able to stick places just like Velcro would and things.
Very much so, yeah, definitely the tarantulas spring to mind. They're having those little hooks, being able to climb again on almost anything. He is still a good climber, I can show you. He's an amazing little climber using his nails. So on rough surfaces he can have a little climb, no problem. There he is. But he can't do quite the special smooth surface stuff that other geckos can do.
With your tarantulas, do you find that their hairs are quite hydrophobic? Because we've looked at that in terms of like the lily pads and things, where we've then taken that material, we've woven it into threads and things and used it as waterproof materials, so raincoats, umbrellas and things. And I feel like spiders would have possibly the same with their hairs.
Yeah, they do. I think I know that lots of tarantulas, believe it or not, can actually swim because they can sort of be on top of the sort of the water's surface area. The one that springs to mind though is there's a beetle called a darkling beetle that lives in the desert and where there's very little water. So what they do is they've got a very special sort of exoskeleton that actually allows the sort of moisture in the air to catch on their sort of their bones, essentially, this exoskeleton, and it's actually designed to trickle straight to their mouth so they can drink. And that again is something we've copied. Humans now have these basically big sheets of plastic material, essentially, that catches the moisture in the air and drains down into a bottle and they can drink. So that's very hydrophobic, so there's no sort of absorption sort of from them at all.
That's incredible. We've like especially looked with like beetles and things and like butterflies, where we have been looking at the iridescence of their wings, where we've taken a torch, we put it one way and you can see that it's actually brown, but if you take the torch and reflect it on the top of the wing, you can see the iridescence and the way that light is reflected, and they actually come out blue and things, which we've then used when we've done coatings and things, the way we've used different materials to reflect different light and get different colours and different like coatings, like paints, all sorts of other things. Nails especially, like if you want like that iridescent shine in your nails.
Yeah, I know that certainly there was, I think the whitest white was created from studying butterflies' wings, again due to this iridescence actually sort of making them appear whiter than even the whitest thing you can think of. Yeah, it's pretty special stuff.